Another great thing that is more for the entire family that you create is traditions. Although you can also have traditions as a couple. Tradition could be like once a year you're traveling together. Every birthday you offer each other, I don't know, a massage, anything. When you are from a different culture, passing down your family tradition, even if tradition from your parents, that are good tradition to pass on because they root the children to where they are from. Because if you don't know where you come from, you are a lost soul, you know. So knowing where are your origins are very important. So for us, we took our kids in Cameroon to live for 2 years because our kids never identify with the African culture at all. They're born in Europe, and so they didn't see themselves as African or as at least descendant of African. So we took them at first. It was very difficult to adapt, but that have given them some identity, you know, some confidence in who they are because knowing that they were from the continent, the origin at least are from the continent, and being able to have that knowledge help them to be more balanced. Because before that, as we are citizens of the world, they are French, they are British, they are Cameroonian, they are Gabonese, they have a lot of different identities. So taking them to all these different places help them to be more whole, right? Because it's okay to be part of a lot of different places. It's actually beautiful, but you need to acknowledge for yourself, not for anyone else, that you are part from these different places and be part of it. And this is part of the traditions. I think I've gone a bit here and there, but these are part of the tradition. Yes, because going to Africa, they learned about the tradition there, how families were living together. They learn about different foods, the different um, celebration, etc. It creates a beautiful bond, you know, within the family to share these common traditions. Number 18, adaptability is essential and is part of growing in your marriage. It's a part of growth. You will adapt. As I said at the beginning, is you marry at 20, at 25, you change, 30, you evolve with time, and so is your marriage. Marriage is a constant work and adaptation. You adapt to, right now, I'm in perimenopause. I'm not the same one that I was 5 years ago. I'm more grumpy, more moody, more a lot of things. My husband has had to adapt to his new wife. It took him some time. It's like, what? You changed? Yeah, well, yes, I changed. And same for me. He was not talking. He was very silent. He's still very quiet. But the guy can't talk now. I'm like, what happened to you? Right? So you adapt. I'm just making jokes here, but you do adapt all the time. And the more you grow, and also we're not evolving sometimes at the same pace. Depending on how we're working on our own personal and individual growth, sometimes one may go faster than the other, be here, and the other one, and both have to adapt because you are not at the same rhythm, right? And until you all come back again at the same, around the same maturity, same growth. you adapt even to, you know, the way your spouse look. We grow with age, we grow in all sense of the term. And so we are not the same people we were. So our love, our physics, so many things that we have to adapt. Our personalities, our needs, our wants. So adaptability is important, because a lot of people give up in marriage because, well, it changed, and sometimes you just like growing at different pace, right? And so, and we're not leaving the other one to catch up with us. We're not patient enough, right? And all of that, you will see that all of this connects with each other, right? Whew. I think we're gonna split that video in 3 videos, because boy, I can talk. Love language matter. I've only learned about the love language within the last 10 years. Guys, I'm a late bloomer. And when you talk about Black love, oh Lord Jesus, African love, even I can say, the love language is not something that we understand. And so I learned about the book, you know, the love language book. I've learned about it, and oh, I was so happy when I discovered, you know, my love language. The first one is quality time, touch, act of service. These are my main one. The last one is gift. I really don't care about gift. And my husband's love language is word of affirmation. He never said, by the way. I asked him and he's like, I don't want to do this. But I know that his word of affirmation and gifts. So he kept giving me gifts, a lot of gifts all the time. And I'm like, I don't care about the gifts, right? Because that's not my love language. So I try to teach him how, you know, this is not my love language. My love language is quality time. I love spending quality time with him, with the family. Act of service, you know, bring me a cup of tea and then I love you forever. And touch, you know, and touch is not just in the bedroom. It's like you passing and you just brush my shoulder, or you strike my hair, or you just put your hand on my hand. Just simple things like that. We had to learn all of that. But I know for the new generation, it's easier. Is, you know, it's normal to learn about the love languages. For me, for my generation, African, it's something that I learned very late, and it's something that's so important to know how the other one receives love, and not how you want to give them love, because that's how you receive it. But it's a lot of communication. A lot of men, maybe women as well, I don't know, are very stubborn, and it's not really part of the African way of loving, like, you know, love language. What the heck is this, right? And when you learn the love language of your partner, it really makes your love and connection deeper over time, you know, because you feel understood, you feel really loved, because you receive love the way you understand it, the way you need it. So guys, make an effort. I mean, guys, that goes without saying. Be each other's cheerleader. My husband is my biggest fan for my channel. He's my biggest supporter. And I am his biggest supporter for whatever venture you want to go through. You know, be each other's cheerleader. You are the best fan for each other. You need to have each other's back at all time, and that's just where trust, where I was going to go with connection again, that's just, all of these little things are things that help you grow your marriage to something stronger later on. This is where I was telling you, even when we have a conflict, you know, I see the bigger picture. I don't stop today as before at the little things, because I see where my husband show up for me when I really need it. And that's the most important, because I know he has my back. He has my back. So be each other's cheerleaders, fans. That's a hard one. It is okay to ask for help. And in my culture, asking for help, meaning going to a therapist, a counselor, maybe a pastor, it's not something that is very common. And it's something that can be life-changing for your marriage when there's something that you cannot solve by yourself. And I understand that seeing a therapist cannot be accessible for everyone, but maybe having a couple that you look up to who can be a mediation for you guys, but talking to someone, asking for help when it's too heavy on you and you can't see a way to solve it between you, it's extremely important. I will leave that at that. Celebrate small victories. Like for everything in life, marriage is tough, marriage is work, marriage is boy, right? However, it's important to celebrate small victories. As human, we always concentrate our attention to what's not working, right? When something is good in the marriage, say it, celebrate it, no matter how small it is. Take the habit to say thank you to your husband for doing something that he doesn't do often, to celebrate anything that happened that is positive in your marriage, and keep that habit. It can take you a long way. That's one of my favorite, guys. My battery is almost off. I hope I'll be able to finish. Is don't let society define your marriage. That's one of my favorite one. Build and create the marriage that works for you, whether it's different to what society deem being a good marriage or a marriage. I'm all for creating the marriage that works for us. This is why I'm very big into alternative ways people change their marriage to what fits and agrees with both of them, because you are the sole actors of your marriage, and do not let anyone outside you define your marriage. Not your friend, not your mom, not society, just you. So create the marriage that works for both of you. It's extremely, extremely important. Somebody might look at your marriage or mine and say like, well, but it works for us, right? So even me being a traveler wife and my husband not traveling with me can look bizarre for some people. It's okay. It's not their marriage. It's mine, and it works for us. I want to laugh at this one. Be intentional with romance. When you've been married for 26 years and almost 30 years together, dating your husband or your partner become a challenge. And you can become, it's not you can, you become complacent. You don't really, 10%, my battery will go off. You are so complacent with each other. It's very important to keep that flame going, to continue dating each other, continue making an effort to be looking nice, not just for YouTube, but for your husband, your husband, making an effort to be clean for you, etc. It's very, very important to continue dating each other and being intentional with romance, to keep a day where you will go out, you will date each other. It's extremely, extremely important. I love this one. 25. Vulnerability is a strength. And that's true for men and women. Women are, it's easier for us to be vulnerable, but men, they've been taught to be strong and etc. And for me, true intimacy comes from being vulnerable, showing your fear, your dreams, your desire, sharing those with your husband can just bring so much closeness between both of you. To be open, to be vulnerable. There's nothing more beautiful. When my husband can come to a point where he connects with his feminine part and can be open and vulnerable, it's so beautiful. Gratitude grants you. Being grateful for your marriage, for what you have, and regularly, expressing gratitude for your husband, for what he is in your life, for your partner, what he is in your life, for the effort, for what he does for you, will just make your marriage stronger. My battery is dead now. That was number 26. Happy marriage, everyone.